Hey everyone, this is Tristan Emond with Mindful Living Realty. Welcome back to Tristan and his Whiteboard. We continue along our seller series. We're on episode 5.4, and we're going to talk to you about a fun one today, the smells of your property. This can be a really hard point because one of the first turn off can be a smell. If a buyer walks in the door and they smell something repulsive, it's hard to kind of win them back over. They're smelling that and they don't want to deal with it, and out the door they go. So we want to make sure that the house smells as clean and as pure as possible. So the first thing, of course, we want to talk about is any kind of smoke smell. That gets to be a turnoff, especially for non-smokers. Of course, that entails a considerable amount of work to get some of that smell out. So we have to talk about hiring some carpet cleaners, maybe scrubbing down some walls, that kind of thing, to get as much of that smell out as possible. The other thing is a particular one that's tough to deal with, and that's pet or animal smell. And when the animals are running around the house, they're your friends, they're your family, it gets hard to say, yeah, kick them out so you can get everything cleaned up. And make sure that you have a neighbor or someone else come by and say, yeah, this kind of smells like dog in here, because you usually become nose blind to it and you don't smell the smell that other people will. So a lot of times that entails some special carpet cleaning. Sometimes you need to replace your carpets and do the whole thing all over again. I have found that on some really bad cat smell homes, that after the carpet has been cleaned, it almost just brings that smell up even worse. So sometimes the only way you can deal with it is just replace the whole carpet. Now, I know you want to say, well, I can't do that now. That makes no sense. I'll just do it before the closing, which makes sense in that sense, but the buyer isn't going to be able to visualize that. All they do is they think of the smell and they're like, well, I can't imagine that not being there. Another smell I want to talk to you about is the musty smell. Usually in the basement, that usually tells the buyer, hey, there's probably been some water in here or something. So talk with their professionals to see if you can get that taken care of or eradicated. Sometimes it just requires a dehumidifier for a while, or just running some fresh air through there, making sure everything gets spread out, gets dried as much as possible. We want to make sure that every buyer can walk in the property and not have anything that they're offensive at, especially with the smells. And on the flip side of this as well, don't try to cover things up with lavender and flowery and spring breeze smells. If you do need an odor neutralizer, just get those ones that don't have a lot of smell. If you do have some people that are sensitive to smells, they're also sensitive to really flowery type smells and won't like them any better. All right, not a lot of easy stuff to do when it comes to a smelly home or smelly property, but certainly something a buyer's going to have a problem with upon entering the door. So we'll talk to you more and some more fix-it items next time at Tristan and his Whiteboard. For more episode of Tristan and his Whiteboard, all you got to do is subscribe. Also, you can check out us on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course the Instagram. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.